After I posted my last LED matrix video, I had an idea. What if I could control the entire thing just from my phone and my computer? I couldn't even react to sound. So that's exactly what I built. This started as a pretty simple LED matrix project, but I wanted to take it way further. I wanted a smart dashboard with live controls, animations and real sound effects. But basically, I wanted this thing to feel alive. The first thing I needed was a web dashboard. So I started building a web app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The idea was simple. Every square on the screen represents one LED on the matrix. When I click on the square, the real LED updates instantly. After I finished typing up all of the HTML code, I then made a folder on my Raspberry Pi. This folder was going to store all the programming I would need for this LED matrix to actually work. Once I did that, I then opened the terminal on my Pi. I typed in commands to make a web server so I could access the HTML code on any device. At least, that was the plan. This part took a lot of testing, mostly because I kept breaking everything. But eventually, I managed to get the LED matrix to start working. For my first prototype, I tried turning on just one single LED on my matrix. However, this took hours of coding and debugging, but eventually I managed to get my LED matrix to actually work. After that, I edited the code so that there could be a grid on my HTML web page. This would allow me to draw animations, but as it is with technology, this took a long time. Now I've got all the dashboard and everything working, I am now going to test this. So I'm now going to just send this little pattern to it to see if this works. I'm going to send this. Oh my gosh, it actually works! So now if I clear this and then I'll send another pattern. This works as well. So now I can create animations using this controller. I then had to figure out how to do the hardest thing ever, scrolling text. Now this part took a bit of a long time because I had to try and figure out how to make letters scroll across the screen. And I also had to figure out how to add an alphabet so the matrix knows which LEDs to light up for each letter. So I have now got this dashboard connected. I'm now going to type some text into here. I'm going to type in subscribe. And then scroll text. So I can click there, I can click send to matrix to clear that. I can also create animation still from in here. And send that to the matrix. But just about as I was about to say I was finished, I had another idea. What if the Matrix could react to sound too? So I added a sound sensor. But before I put it in the case, I'm going to test this with an Arduino on a breadboard. After I tested that the sound sensor actually worked, I connected it to the Raspberry Pi's GPIO pins and I put the sound sensor into the case. Oops, remember last video when I added a button and a light sensor? I better connect those to the Raspberry Pi now before I forget. And finally, after all the coding, the wiring, the hours of debugging, the smart LED matrix was finally complete. A fully web-controlled, sound-reactive, smart display, and this actually might be my favourite project yet. Now, if you want to build this yourself, I've linked all the code files and project details below. You can check out my GitHub and MakerWorld pages in the description. And if you've enjoyed this product, subscribe because I've got even bigger builds coming soon. Thanks for watching.